I'm Alex from phpacademy.org, and this is a video tutorial on PHP variables for the new Boston. Now, if you've programmed in any other programming languages, you'll know what variables are and you'll understand what they do, that you have to assign values to variables, and that there's different types of variables. Now, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create variables by assigning values to our standard structure that we use for variables, and then how to echo them out to the browser. So usually in programming languages such as JavaScript, anything like that, you'd have to use a keyword such as var. Then what you'd do is you'd type the name of the variable, and then you'd assign a value to it. So in this case it would be var name equals Alex, and this would be surrounded to show that it's string data. Now same as if you were to say var age equals 21, that would be exactly the same example. However, in PHP we don't really need to use any keywords to define anything. All we really need to do is use our $ notation. All variables start with the $. They can either start with an underscore or a character, an alphanumeric character, so it can be uppercase, it can be lowercase, or in fact it can start with a number, but it can't consist of just a number. So if we were to say create a variable here called text, and we could make that equal to hello world. So the notation that we've used is we've used a $ to start our variable. Notice we haven't specified what type of variable it is. It's not a string. Usually you might have to use a string keyword. We've just used $ text equals, so we're assigning a value to this variable here, and the value that we've assigned is some string data, and that is hello world inside there. Now we could say assign we want to create a variable with a number, so we could type number equals, and without using quotation marks, because if we were to put say a number in here, this is now classed as string data. So if we take it out, you can see that my text editor has turned it red, and we're just dealing with a numeric value, an integer value. As well as integers, you can also use floating values, so you can use decimal points within. So we could have 100.5 for example, but for now I'm just going to work with integers. We also have things like Boolean values, which is equal to true, false, and as equal to this, a Boolean for true would be the same as 1. It just means that something's true, so we can use that later on when we work with if statements and things like that. So we've got our variables, but how are we going to output them? Now there's one easy way to output variables, and that's just to put an echo straight in the middle. So what, or at the start, sorry. So what we're doing, let's just add a full stop in here. What we're doing is we're echoing out essentially the assignment of the text to the variable, and here we're echoing out the assignment of this integer to this variable. But this will work. So if we have a look and refresh, you can see that we've got hello world and then the number 100 printed. Now this is not a great way to do things, because what we want to do is we want to declare the variables up here and with our assignment, and then here we want to display them to the user. So for example, I could say echo text, and we can refresh our page, and you can see that that's just echoed out our single variable text, so we're just echoing text. Don't forget your line terminator. As well, we can echo number, so if we refresh, we've got 100 there, so we've just basically echoed out a number. Now as you're programming and you find different uses for storing different things, for example you might want to take the user's age or take the user's name, you'll find that you will be storing things, you'll be storing string data, and you'll be storing numerical data as well, so integers, floats, things like that. So in actual fact it's so easy in PHP because you don't need to think about what data you're storing. You just need to use the notation with the $, the variable name following the rules, and then just the value to the variable. So you can see that PHP variables are in fact really easy.